I was recently asked what the most common question I get from parents or teachers on how to help a child through bullying. And the most common question I get, even people that don't have children, is, won't teaching my child to fight make them fight more? And the answer is no, and I'm going to prove it in this video. But first up, you got to know what it's like to go to school these days. In the US, almost 33% of all middle schoolers are attacked physically by bullies. Hit, kicked, slapped, pushed by bullies every year. And the United Nations did a study globally, and they found just about 33% of all kids worldwide are also attacked physically. Hit, kicked, pushed, slapped. You got to know how to deal with this. And I think the best proof to show that learning how to fight helps end fighting, helps end bullying, was done by Karen Healy and the University of Queensland, Australia. And she found out that there's basically 3 types of victims to bullying, to physical bullying. And I'll paraphrase the 3, but basically the first one is the pacifist. The pacifist, when attacked physically by a bully, doesn't fight back. They basically stand there or lie down and just take the beating. They just take the bullying. You know what? And I was that kid. When I was young, I didn't fight back. I just got beat up and I offered no response to the bully. I didn't know how to fight and I was so scared I didn't know what to do. And I just curled up and just took the beating. And the problem with being a pacifist, I know that being a pacifist is actually sometimes a good term, but when it comes to the bully, being a pacifist is a bad term because the pacifist lays there and gets beat up and doesn't offer any kind of consequences or damage back to the bully. So the bully is free to come back the next day and do it again. And the next day after that, and on and on and on. There's no consequences to the bully. So they continue their bad ways and keep beating up on the poor victim. The second victim is the kid who actually does fight back, but they have no training. So they fight back poorly. They have no technique. They have no training. And the problem with this is usually the bully is much bigger and stronger. They know how to pick their victims. They know how to pick their prey. They pick on people that are not strong and not athletic or as big as them. So it's an easier target to them. And the bullies also have training. They don't have formal training on self-defense or martial arts or mixed martial arts, but they've done this before. They've beat people up before, and they've learned how to use their physical aggression to get their ways. This child actually receives more bullying because there's an ongoing cycle of revenge that happens. When the kid that does not know how to fight fights back out of control, emotionally and physically, it makes the bully mad, and the bully comes back the next day to retaliate and seek revenge. And that cycle of bullying continues. Finally, the third victim is the one that fights back effectively, and he ends up shutting the bully down really quick with their training. And the bully realizes that attacking this kid means consequences and damage, and they don't want that. You see, the bully does not want to pick a fight. The bully wants to pick on someone they think won't fight back. He or she wants an easy target. So if they receive some consequences or some damage back from someone that knows how to fight, they're going to stop bullying that person. Matter of fact, Karen Healy says, quote, that victim is rarely ever bullied. That's the one you want to be. That's the one you want your child to be. Lastly, Greg Moody did a study where he found out that kids who had martial arts training received 64% less bullying than kids that did not know how to fight. Learning how to fight meant that they received 64% less bullying. As a matter of fact, beginners who just had 2 months of training reported a significant reduction in bullying. And for the parents that were questioned, almost 100% said that their child's self-concept had improved. Almost 100%. Those are good odds, and I bet it can work for you. So I wish I had received some self-defense training when I was a kid. It could have changed everything. On top of that, probably the best defense you can have or your child can have against bullying is self-confidence, massive self-confidence, and nothing builds confidence like learning self-defense. So here's a put into practice exercise that you can do with your champ. Basically, at the end of the day, sit down with them and ask them if they'd like to look into some self-defense training. And then spend some time looking at some of the local self-defense studios that are around you and the different styles. And if you found a few places that look good, go ahead and walk in and sit in and watch a class or two. Usually they'll offer a free class that your child can try out and see if they like the situation. If a martial arts or a self-defense studio feels uncomfortable or intimidating, that's probably not the right place. But if your child seems kind of excited to go there, maybe they see a lot of other kids they might be able to make friends with, that's probably just the right place to go to. So I just want to thank you. I want to thank you for spending the time trying to find ways to help your champ. And if you want some other ways, I have lots of other content on this channel. Go ahead and look around. And please feel free to leave a question down below. I'll answer every question that comes in and see if I can help out in any way. So thank you again for you. You're going to make a difference in your champ's life. Go make it a great day.